Hello everyone, and welcome back to our weekly series of Is the Shrine Worth It? The series where we have a look at the perks in the Shrine of the Secret and see if they're really worth your 2,000 iridescent shards each. This week we have perks from Nancy, Plague, Unknown and Tori. Those perks are Better Together, Infectious Fright, Undone and Clean Break. Let's have a look at the survivor perks first. Our first survivor perk is Clean Break. After you finish healing another survivor, while being healed by another survivor, press the ability 1 button to gain the broken status effect. After 60 seconds, you become healthy. This is what it looks like in game. Genuinely, I cannot tell you how horrible this perk was to get working in game. In a comp where you can speak to each other, this is probably a really decent perk because it can save time with a big reset with a heal with 2 or more people in the team. However, if you play by yourself or you play solo queue in any way, do not play this perk, just use a medkit and it adds like 10 seconds to healing yourself. As of the recording of this video, this perk is from a new licensed survivor, so they cost quite a lot of shards to unlock. If you're really desperate to unlock this specific perk, it is worth the 2,000 iridescent shards. However, I do recommend not buying this perk because it is really bad, and wait for Tori to get a lot cheaper in a month or 2 when they release another character. Then you can buy her fully with shards and get all 3 of her perks. Our next survivor perk is Better Together. The aura of the generator you are currently repairing is revealed to all other survivors located within 30 meters. If the killer downs a survivor while you are repairing a generator, you see the auras of all other survivors for 10 seconds. This is what it looks like in game. This perk is kind of useless. It gives you information, but information you almost never need. The aura info that you want whilst you're on a gen is from the killer's aura. You don't want any of the survivors' information. To me, this is a worse version of Fogwise, which lets you see the killer's aura every time you hit a great skill check. Even though this perk isn't very good at all, it is a perk from Nancy, which is a licensed survivor, so I would recommend picking it up. You never know, they may buff in the future. And the only other way you're going to be able to buy this perk is with real money. Let's move on to the killer perks. Our first killer perk is Infectious Fright. Any survivors that are within your terror radius while another survivor is put into the dying state will scream and reveal their location to you for 6 seconds. This is what it looks like in game. Quite a basic perk really, but it gives some really nice info. Killers with a one-hit ability like Michael Myers or Ghostface can get some really good value out of this. You can snowball a game super quick by getting a couple of survivors down in quick succession. As good as the perk is, it is from a very old killer that is not worth buying shrine perks from. Just buy the Plague in full and you get all 3 of her perks and a brand new killer playstyle. Let's move on to our 4th and final perk, Undone. When a survivor misses a healing or repair skill check, gain 3 tokens, up to 30. When you perform the damage action on a generator, if you have any tokens, consume them all. For each token consumed, the generator loses 1% of total progress and then becomes blocked for 1 second. Then, once the generator is unblocked, it starts regressing. This perk goes on a 60-second cooldown. This is what it looks like in game. A much weaker version of Pop Goes the Weasel. This is not a perk that I would say is worth putting in any of your builds, as there's just a stronger version of anything like this as a kind of gen regression. Just like Tori's perk, this is from a recent character and will only get cheaper as time goes on. Give this one a miss and don't pick it up in the shrine, unless you really want to for whatever reason. But I would wait for the Unknown to get cheaper, then you can buy them in full, get 3 of their perks and a brand new playstyle to play as a killer. So to recap, unfortunately there's only one perk that we want to really be chasing this week, and that is Better Together by Nancy, and that is only because she is a licensed survivor. The other 3 perks, Infectious Fright, Undone and Clean Break, are all things that you can kind of skip and get at a later date for a much cheaper price. or in the case of Infectious Fright, just by playing outright. Thanks for watching the video. See you next week for hopefully a better shrine, because this one kind of sucked. Bye!